of the year, International Volleyball Hall of Fame, first ever New Zealander to be honored as such. You see his career record of better than 80% with the Golden Gophers. Jill Kramer is in her 7th season with TCU. Led them to consecutive NCAA tournaments during her first 2 years in Fort Worth, 2015 and 16. Coming off a rough year last year, trying to rebound. They were 4-17 last season, open up this year 0-1 after that 13-15-18 loss last night to the Badgers. Crowd thinned out about here just a little bit here in Wisconsin at the field house for game number 2. The Gophers, again, losing last night, trying to even their record at 1-1. Horned Frogs also 0-1 to start the season. But talk about Steph Samity, the 3-time first-team All-American, and what she means to this Gopher team.
Well, she means everything, and you know, this team will go as Samity goes, and she's been reliable and consistent. Last night, you know, first match, kind of struggled to find her rhythm at times, but you can always bank on Samity doing a great job night in and night out. She, even when she does struggle at times, she ends up getting big points. Last night, as you said, 21 kills for her team.
A big jump, I think, for Samity, too, over the offseason. What we saw last night is defensively she has been so good, especially when she's in the back row.
Yeah, and it's always nice to have her as a back row hitting option. So if she can dig some balls and transition and score, you know, that is just huge. It's just, you know, she's playing a lot. You got to keep her healthy. You know, the Gophers really want to make sure that she is at her best at the end of the season. So the reps are going to take its toll. We'll see how healthy she can be at the end of the season.
Jenna Winnes starts us off with the ace, the sophomore from Frisco, Texas. Chatted momentarily about her. She is the 3rd member of that class, and maybe the lesser known through 2 years, but her performance last night showed that the upside is certainly there for Winnes.
Oh, she can be a stud, a real game changer. Yeah, she's just going to have to kind of, you know, get some reps in here and just build her confidence as the season goes on. But boy, she's got a big swing. We're going to see it a lot tonight.
Free ball opportunity here for the Gophers. Back out to the pin. No doubter there from Taylor Landfair.
Yeah, Landfair does a really good job of transitioning there, taking a big high swing at the ball. She's been working to get her arm up early and speed up her arm swing, and she definitely displayed a nice swing there.
Rolled over. Little tip in the middle. Schaffmaster trying to run some pace there. And an opportunity here for the Horned Frogs. Pushed out of the right pin and just wide and not off the block. Minnesota out early here, 3-0.
Yeah, and you saw Schaffmaster trying to force middle on transition there. Maybe not quite balanced, not the time to run middle, but you know, middle attack has been an issue for this Minnesota team last season. So it's an area of emphasis and an area where they need to improve if they want to compete in the Big Ten.
There was Schaffmaster on the overpass. It's always nice when a setter gets an opportunity to unload on the overpass.
Yeah, Schaffmaster 6'3", taking a ball. This was just always my favorite thing to do, but there you go. Nice swing by Schaffmaster.
Setters just want to prove you can hit once in a while too, right?
For sure.
It's a good swing from the left side. Taylor Raiola. Raiola out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Scottsdale Christian, a sophomore.
Yeah, I like the swing there, that it goes high over top of the block and deep into the corner. So a lot of players want to take a ball and just rip it as hard as they can. Raiola doing a good job of controlling the arm swing, hitting it deep.
Good touch on the block. Got to Landfair again off the top, and Landfair with the kill.
Schaffmaster doing a good job of running her middle, a B, and then setting over top, setting the go to the outside. Landfair taking that ball and doing a nice job again. I like her arm swing so far in this first set.
We were told just before this match started tonight that Rachel Kilkelly, the 5'9" junior out of Shakopee, Minnesota, is unavailable for this match for the Gophers, so you won't see her on the floor. Also, Anna Wolf, the 6'4" middle out of River Falls, Wisconsin, River Falls High School, also unavailable. Well, a good aggressive swing, and there she is, Steph Samity.
A nice touch from the Gophers on the block, slowing the attack down, transitioning here. Take a look at where she jumps and where she lands. She almost touched the net there after she landed. That just shows you how she elevates, leaps through the air, and just a powerful swing by Samity in the right back area of the court.
Great start here early for the Gophers, on top 6 now, 7-1. Schaffmaster there on the block.
Yeah, Myers trying to run a B there, not successful. Little.
Raiola with her second kill. Speaking of the Brahms-Schreibers, their parents were in attendance here tonight in Wisconsin. There they are earlier, right? They're all decked out in the Baylor
right.
gear. Dan and Nicole. Their daughters, oh, here they are now.
Yeah.
That's a little quick change.
They've got to be so proud, both the girls, you know, being the anchor of back row for Baylor and TCU.
Kill from the left side by Taylor Landfair. She has a live arm. First team All Big Ten. Second on the team last year in kills. 3.44 per set. So Cecily and Chanel, sisters, the Brahms-Schreibers. And is that not adorable?
Gosh, it doesn't get any cuter than that. Oh, I just love it.
And here's older sister saying to younger, are you serious? Are you going to continue to follow me around? Not when we get to college, sis. Raiola again, that time into the block, kept alive. Free ball opportunity here for the Gophers. Run the quick middle, little tip. Great up by Brahms-Schreiber there, but point, what do we call lift or 2 touches? Or double touch.
Yeah, I think he called it
down.
Down, yeah. So you can see here, let's take a quick peek and see. Oh,
yep.
Yeah, your entire hand has to be under the ball. None of the ball can touch the floor, obviously.
Just long on the serve. 10-3 here early.
So sort of the trend that we're seeing here, just like the previous match, TCU getting into some serve-receive trouble. You know, the coach for TCU, Jill Kramer, acknowledged that the Big Ten has some great servers, and she knows that that first contact is vitally important for her team if they want to compete here tonight.
There's a look at, well, was Taylor Raiola. And here is Taylor Landfair now to serve. Swing wide.
Yeah, for the Gophers, I must say, it is great to see Cece McGraw back out there in the backcourt. Her leadership, her ability. You know, she missed the final 8 matches last season, so it's great to see her back there wearing the Bro shirt for the Gophers.
Good second touch, very effective. Back-to-back points for the Horned Frogs.
You know, and that was the first time TCU got a good pass, and you can see what that opens up, setter attack there for the Horned Frogs.
There is Cece out last season with that foot injury, missed the final 8 matches, but has been a staple on this team, a first team All Big Ten back in 2019. Also an honorable mention All-American. She's already earned her bachelor's degree in her senior year, working on her master's in exercise science. It might be a master's size.
What a great swing on the outside by Jenna Wenens. Take a look at this pass. A lot of communication. I like how she passes and holds that platform. And a big rip on the outside.
Tough serve, overpass. blocked again. Gophers at the net have been tough early on.
Yeah, Katie Myers, one of my favorite players on the Gophers, an Ohio kid, played at Mintonette Volleyball Club. She does a good job there of just staying at home and being a presence at the net. Had a great match yesterday with 6 kills when they played Baylor.
14-4 here in the 15-4. There's Kelly Sheffield with his daughter, hanging around to scout the Gophers a bit.
I think one of my favorite things that I've seen with Sheffield is when he let his daughters put makeup all over his face. Right. It was classic.
Gophers dominating here early, 16-4. CeCe McGraw serving. She's already announced, by the way, she's going to play 2 more seasons for the Gophers while she gets that master's degree in exercise science. Net violation. Point for Minnesota.
Yeah, swing out of the back row, this time by Taylor Landfair. And you can see that she gets up and is really aggressive, just going for it. And that's another layer to her offensive weapons that are the tools that she's going to pull out this year. So that back row attack is really effective for her.
Good reaction and up by Schaffmaster. Overpass. And a kill on the right side by Steph Samity.
Samity, what a great heads-up play. She knew that it would be risky to go straight down with that ball, and so rather than trying to just hammer it down, she hits it aggressively with some pace, but deep in the corner. Yeah, a few net violations here, yeah, by TCU. Just sloppy play. Passing's there. The setter is in the pocket. That's Nichols for TCU. But then just sloppy play, just kind of making errors that will kill you here when the gap of the score is that
far. McGraw with an ace, and the Gophers running away here in set number 1 on top, 20-4.
Just look at her technique. The hand is solid. The toss is right in front of her shoulder. And then after she makes contact, she holds. And that ball just drops. Lot of float, lots of movement on that ball on the serve.
Again, another tough pass for TCU. Good opportunity there for Minnesota, did not capitalize. Good up by McGraw. Back row. And there, did she get the touch? Yes.
Yeah, CeCe McGraw doing a good job of just taking up a lot of space in that left back corner. That's a ball that has a lot of heat behind it. She puts it up perfectly. And then a smart, conservative, perfect set by Schaffmaster. Not trying to do too much with the ball, laying it up there, leading Landfair, allowing her to get a big kill.
Better pass this time from TCU, and the overpass, the kill by Maddie Cole.
And this is where first ball contact is important. Defensively, number 2, Jenna Wenens for Minnesota, had an easy play. It wasn't a difficult play, but she didn't really mishandle the ball, but she put it too tight to the net, which resulted in an easy point for TCU.
Just wide of the swing by Samity. Schaffmaster goes behind her.
You know, Samity was definitely going for the line there. The set really didn't allow her to go for line. She was in the court. The ball was outside of her shoulder line a little bit. Really tried to pull that down the line.
Good tip by Samity. 22-6. I want to remind you, you can tweet at us at hashtag B1GBlockParty. We'll show your tweets on the air. Here's a thought. How about if we have folks tweet what your Saturday night dessert was? I can tweet my carrot cake that was given to us. That's it. Guys, control room. I didn't realize that.
And you can see just how important that first contact is. Gophers really just feeling a ton of confidence from the service line, laying it out there. And what a great get there by Bram Schreiber, but unfortunately did not control that second ball. Her team unable to send the third contact over.
Tough serve by Stamety. Not on top of it on the swing by Min Young.
Well, right now, Minnesota is serving Julia Adams. She is the person that is playing in the right back area of the court. A big arm. If they serve her deep, she's out of the reception to get the set, and so then Minnesota can focus on the other hitters.
Set point number 2 upcoming for the Gophers, 24-7.
Yeah, TCU did a good job of changing the serve receive pattern, putting Julia Adams on the left side, making it easier for her to swing where she feels very comfortable, which is from the left pin.
Defensive specialist Danny Dennison with the serve. Good pass. Second touch not over. Good reaction. The tip try, and that was down. So the Gophers make quick work in set number 1 of the Horned Frogs, 25-7. Minnesota in set number 1 hits 429. See Schaffmaster leading away with 10 assists.
Yeah, and you know, these players here are going to be the backbone to this team, and include Samity on that list too. You know, they are consistent. They train hard. So this Gopher team, you know, with those players, they will always be strong and very, very competitive in this conference.
Ready to go here in set number 2. Quick work by the Gophers in the first, 25-7. I'll run the middle right away. And there's Myers with the kill.
Yeah, and Landfair taking that pass and just making sure that it's up high to the setter, Schaffmaster. And, you know, when that pass gets right to you, Schaffmaster has her choice of weapons to set, and Myers delivers on a quick attack.
So now Myers back to serve. Hugh McCutcheon very complimentary of Katie Myers' all-around performance last night in that loss to Baylor. Good block there. Houston got a hand on that. Schaffmaster pushes out to the left pin. And a no-doubter from Taylor Landfair.
Yeah, Landfair going up over top, swinging fast. You can see how she just elevates over top of the block. She's got a shorter block in front of her. You can see hands just not being anything that is going to intimidate her to back down on her swing at all. So Landfair completely dominating at 6'5" on the pin.
Number 1 recruit 2 years ago. Point for the Gophers there. Landfair out of Plainfield, Illinois, Plainfield Central High School.
Now, Landfair recognizes that there's aspects of her game that needs to improve, and so she works on it. And Hugh McCutcheon, you know, really appreciates the fact that she's always trying to add to her game. And, you know, with that attitude, the sky's the limit for a kid like that.
I think one of the things Hugh talked about in discussing Landfair, and you mentioned earlier, was just a quicker tempo, getting her up there faster, which means the arm has to be higher, faster. You got to run a quick tempo, you have to be in position to be available.
Well, absolutely. And then Schaffmaster has to be, I mean, she's got to put it right on the money, because if your hitter is taking off and that ball isn't where it needs to be, then you see how the ball sometimes is behind the hitter. Nothing but a perfect set delivery there that time. Look how quick this tempo is. And Schaffmaster impressing me on that one as she's moving back and pushing it all the way to the pin. That's not an easy set to execute.
Right on cue.
Yeah.
Talk about faster tempo from Schaffmaster. Needs to get it there in time. And Landfair was there to put it away. That's an aggressive swing from Julia Adams.
Yeah, Julia Adams is going to need to have a big game tonight. She definitely has the arm for it. Super aggressive, preseason All Big 12. She plays with a ton of confidence, and you know, at 6'3" on the outside, it's a good size that she has as well.
Shank pass, and the ace for the Horned Frogs. Yep. Adams was clearly a focus of the Badgers defense last night. She had just 5 kills, 4 errors, hit only 53. And TCU returns the favor.
Now, I love the communication that I'm hearing in the serve-receive part of Minnesota's game. You know, they're calling it in and out. Even if it's obviously out, I think that level of communication from start to finish is super important.
Quick tempo there to the middle. Bump set out, Adams with an aggressive swing. And miscommunication there between McGraw and the hitter.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Cece McGraw made a great dig. Shaftmaster kept the ball in play, and then, you know, that's a tough one. You know, Jenna Wenens was going back to hit the ball, maybe just a safe free ball over, try to block and dig that one for a point.
Pass right on spot, they'll run the middle, and a quick kill by Ellie Huseman.
Well, Huseman's done a good job of accepting the starting position in the middle. You know, as a junior 6'3", she really needs to be available to get the set. You know, this team could be really, really good if they get some offense out of their middle attackers.
Shea Rubright, number 9, also figures into the mix at some point this year at middle for the Gophers. Big solo block there. That's Myers.
There's something to get excited about. What I like about Katie Myers is she's very quick, and she gets her hands over, and then it's that little attitude that she has after she just slams it in someone's face. She comes back and just gives that look. I just love it.
Good reaction on the second touch. Tried the donut, not there, and then boy, good swing and aggressive kill by Winnis.
Yeah, Winnis does a great job of taking that ball and just plowing it across court. Great dig there. Nice high bump set. Katie Myers gives the outside hitter time to adjust her feet, move inside, and take a good whack at the ball. 12
kills last night for Winnis was her new career high. 7 errors, hit 125. That's the one. Hugh McCutcheon said he loves the fact that Winnis is aggressive. Even out of system will take aggressive swings almost in all instances, but wants her to begin to measure that risk versus reward a little better.
Yeah, and it's always difficult. It's great to get feedback and timeouts from your coach. You know, what not that you want to get consumed at what your numbers are, but, you know, if you're not really paying attention, those errors add up and you don't really realize how many errors you have. So good coaches will settle outside hitters down.
Gophers on top. We'll be back here in Madison.
Well, here's what I see. I see that great athletes come and play in the Big Ten. They get developed and they make a massive impact on the national team. Congrats to all the Big Ten players and the entire USA team for winning gold in the Olympics this summer.
It was certainly a highlight of the Olympics this year, and especially if you're a volleyball fan and you follow it closely. A couple of Fighting Illini, a few Huskers, 2 Nittany Lions, and Annie Drews with the left-handed swing coming off the bench and was big for the USA.
Yeah, Annie Drews' attitude through the whole thing, you know, what a great player and role model she was, you know, just being on the bench, and just when her number gets called, boy, she's ready, and what an impact she had.
It's remarkable to see a roster of 14 be represented by that many players from one conference, and I think it illustrates the strength of this conference over the last 5 to 7 years. It was a very West-dominated sport for many years.
Yeah, and the development of these players, because when you play international ball, you don't have as many subs, so these players are not only great hitters, but they develop great ball control. And so, yeah, this conference has just had outstanding players, and we've been lucky to cover all of them.
Well, part of it is because the outstanding coaches as well in this conference. You saw a shot of Hugh McCutcheon there, who was a part of 3 different Olympic Games, both on the men's side and the women's side. And just one of the clearly top coaches, not only in the country, but in the world. Back row violation just over the top of that 3-meter line, the 10-foot line. Earlier tonight in Lincoln, Nebraska's win over Kansas State. Look who was in attendance. And you knew this raised the roof at the Devaney Center.
Well, and look at that medal she's wearing. Her performance was unbelievable. She was so steady for the national team, and yeah, what a great kid.
All-time digs leader at Nebraska, Justine Wong-Orantes, and she was coming in maybe one of the question marks of that Olympic team is how is she going to respond to the big moment, having not played on that stage previously, and she was clearly one of the highlights.
Well, highlight play here for TCU is just this stuff block. Julia Adams just staying at home, knowing, predicting that Samity was going to get the set. Does a great job swing blocking, being strong in the core, upper body, sealing the net.
Great second touch. It was a little tight to the net, so a smart decision to put it down from Schaffmaster.
Schaffmaster, again, 6'3", takes anything tight, and you can see that the block just doesn't expect her to attack the ball. When you're front row, you have to, when the setter's front row, you have to expect that, especially on a tight ball.
Is the biggest advantage of having a 6'2", 6'3" setter, Audrey, is it the block? Is that the biggest advantage, or are there other benefits?
Well, it's everything. If you're 6'3" and you can move, then, you know, definitely it is the block, because, you know, typically there's a huge swing on that left side, on the opposite side of the net. But also you saw right there, just the fact that you can get up and you can get tight passes, and then you can attack. So I think, you know, it's an advantage in many aspects of the game.
Tip try overpass and then put down again by Schaffmaster. She did not have a kill last night, but much more aggressive tonight offensively.
Look at the communication there. She's talking to the middle. And she takes it with her left hand right inside of the block. And her future is so bright. Just a sophomore for the Gophers.
Long on the swing. TCU in it here in set number 2, down by just 2, 12-10. Michaela Myers back to serve. 11 kills last night against Wisconsin. She hit .381. Boy, you like that set from Schaffmaster.
Well, I always love it when a setter's moving forward and the middle, if she goes past half, the middle still makes themselves available to get set. Take a look here. Pass moves Schaffmaster forward, and there you see one-on-one as the middle Huseman goes behind. So great communication. It looked easy there. It's much more difficult to execute.
They're going to call a lift.
A net.
Oh, net violation. Boy, that's too bad. Turned to make the play, and I think the backside grabbed the net.
Yeah,
right there.
Yep, as she landed, yeah.
That rally was about to continue. The block, Huseman got the hand on it.
So the dig for TCU, it was up, but we knew exactly where the ball was going to go. And you can see the block for Minnesota reading, getting the block, is able to adjust, and they're ready as well. But the ball never went past the blocker's hands. Nice stuff block there by the Gophers.
Good serve by Landfair, got up on the hands a bit. Chased it down to keep it alive. Adams Frogs again off the top of the block with the touch. That's an easy one to handle. And then on the right side, it goes Min Young with the block.
Yes, super impressed here with the blocking movement from TCU. Really get up and over. And then Jenna Winners just buries the ball in the belly of the block, and this comes with experience where you learn what to do with a tight set with a ball that may not be the perfect set. You want to keep the ball in play.
Tooled off the block of Samity. 14-13 now. We want to remind you, you could tweet us at hashtag B1G Block Party, and we'll show your tweets on it. We asked earlier for, you know, maybe some dessert, so we'll have to see if we have any of those as that serve goes wide. Well, apparently we do, and that looks good.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Melissa, for sending that in.
Holy moly.
Wow, well, this is high-end dessert stuff. I was thinking like, you know,
a chocolate chip cookie.
Control room carrot cake.
Yeah.
Great comments. We appreciate it. It's a special year on the Big Ten Network, bringing you nearly 50 volleyball matches throughout the year, highlighting all 14 teams. We're so proud to be able to bring you so much volleyball expanded coverage this year. It's really a high watermark year for the Big Ten Network and covering these terrific athletes in the best conference in volleyball in the nation. Roll shot there by Steph Samity.
You know, we talked about Stephanie Samity and, you know, how she struggled a little bit with her rhythm. Well, you know, Hugh McCutcheon mentioned that he really has to monitor the number of reps that she gets in practice. And as a result, you're going to see a little bit of that rhythm, you know, struggling with that rhythm a little bit. As a setter, you need that feedback, you know, over and over and over again in practice. So it makes sense that at the beginning of matches that maybe it doesn't look as crisp, but nonetheless, she always manages to get big numbers on nights like tonight.
Yeah, 55 swings last night for Samity, so you know Hugh McCutcheon is keeping a close eye on that, making sure she's managed. And, you know, the other part of that, too, is we've had such, as you saw the tweet just a moment ago, we've had so much volleyball in such a condensed time frame that the mental and physical stress on these athletes is real.
Oh, yeah. You know, you play the spring season. Well, that's usually when you're doing individual work and, you know, maybe extra weight in the weight room and things like that. So the fact that they competed not too long ago and now they're competing again, you know, it's going to take its toll.
There's Samity. A little better connection there between Schaffmaster and Samity. It seemed to be off here in set number 2. Got a ball she could drive to there. And the ace.
And Mackenzie Nichols, the setter for TCU, just scrambling on that play. You know, I feel like she's a very competent setter. If the ball was put high in the middle of the court, she could work her magic, but there's not much you can do when you're scrambling like that.
Jill Kramer will take another timeout. Her Horned Frogs trail by 5 here in set 2. 18-14, and they're excited about that here. That's a Badger fan. He's a little excited about it. Thursday, football returns to the Big Ten Network when Rutgers takes on Temple. Then next Saturday, a triple header of action comes your way, including a top 20 showdown between Indiana and Iowa. Football is back on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Samity now with the serve, 6 kills for Samity on 16 swings, hitting .250. Gophers already here in the match with 4 aces. One of those from Samity, good touch on the block. Good reaction, Landfair. It's a nice middle run for the Horned Frogs. Kill by Michaela Myers out of Coppell, Texas, Coppell High School.
Yeah, TCU really doing a fantastic job right now of just going point for point here with Minnesota. You know, the first set got away from them, but they've turned around here in the second and competing really well, especially establishing a middle attack.
Good pace ball. Kill by Winnis.
Yeah, CeCe McGraw, the libero, has to set the ball behind the 10-foot line if she's going to set it over her head, and she does it. And an aggressive arm there on the left side.
Block on the right side, that's Mackenzie Nichols.
Well, Nichols is a little undersized, just 5'10", but the read here is really good. And then she uses a little swing block move there. Actually, number 3 got a big hold of that ball. That was Michaela Myers helping out Nichols there.
Joust at the net, won by the Horned Frogs.
Yeah, it's always fun when you're undersized, 5'10" setter Mackenzie Nichols going up, and if you're the second one to touch this ball, typically you're going to win the joust. You can see there, what a perfect replay. You can see how Minnesota's player touches it first. She gets the last touch on it, and Nichols does a good job of scoring one for her team.
Boy, tried deep corner, right idea. Good up by McGraw. Back throw tip. And got the kill. That's Winnis.
So it's not really a deceptive play, but Winnis comes in aggressively, looks like she's going to swing, and then last minute just throws over a tip. So, you know, a great job. So the ball's out of system. It's interesting what a team can do when things aren't perfect, and scoring in that situation is pretty big time. So great job by the Gophers.
On the slide, the kill by Michaela Myers.
You know, Michaela Myers is described by Coach Kramer as a workhorse. You can see as a right side attacker, she starts her approach not all the way in the middle, but runs that slide. And the backcourt defense for the Gophers just cannot handle that swing.
Minnesota now 3 away from going up 2-0 here in Madison. Second game of our Big 10, Big 12 challenge. Earlier tonight, the Badgers convincingly over the Baylor Bears, ranked number 10 in the country. And not that it's a surprise, but the Badgers look like they're for real. Good block just inside that back line. Got the hand on it.
Well, Minnesota had 2 free balls. They missed an opportunity to score here. And that ball is just low cross court, low seam. So Landfair, you know, ball slightly underset. Needs to find a way to keep the ball in play, not go right in the middle of the block.
Samity gets up with the block.
Yeah, and I like, you know, despite getting blocked, Julia Adams responds really well. She knows that that was just a bad swing, sort of like the previous play with Landfair, just taking a ball that's not perfectly set and swinging hard right in the low seam. So not a great swing on her part, and she recognizes that.
Bad pass there. The shank leads to the point. And now 24-19, Minnesota with set point here in the second. Opportunity to close it out. Sammy got it from the right pin. The All-American puts it away.
Yeah, you can't give Minnesota free balls. That's just such an easy opportunity to score. With Samity in the front row, she just hammers it down.
So the Gophers take set number 2, 25-19.
You know, take a look at the side out percentage. We talk about how important that is. The number of aces, so clearly dominating from the service line. Hitting percentage, just, you know, looking real good right now. So if you're Minnesota, you got to be feeling the groove here and appreciating what's going on the court.
How about the play of Taylor Landfair, the outside hitter, the sophomore out of Plainfield, Illinois, leading the way with 8 kills.
Yeah, you know, as a sophomore, it's important for her to keep elevating her game, adding layers to what she does, and she seems to have more of a presence on the court. I like her back row attack, too. 8 kills so far on the night.
Here are the pin hitters, 7 and 8 for the Gophers. Samity with 7, Landfair with 8. So getting set for set number 3 as there's a look at Taylor Landfair. Gophers on top here, 2-0, winning the first 25-7 and winning the second 25-19.
Again, I feel like the challenge when you beat a team, you know, with these scores, as we saw in set 1 and 2, can you maintain a high level of play, or are you going to dip down? So can Minnesota, Minnesota, can they continue to serve aggressively, spread out the offense, and have high hitting percentage?
Michaela Myers back to serve. She leads Baylor with 4 kills, hitting .200. Transfer from Washington State. Speaking of the state of Washington, what a big win tonight for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Out in Washington.
Yeah.
Big win for the Big Ten. Big win for Jen Flynn Oldenburg. Into the net, even at 1. Let's take a look at the scoreboard from around the country, other Big Ten teams. There's a look. Ohio State 3-1 over number 4 Washington. Penn State with the sweep. Rutgers getting the 3-2 win. Wisconsin earlier tonight right here. Nebraska you saw earlier on the Big Ten Network.
Yeah, Big Ten looking really good, yes.
And the kill for the Horned Frogs. A lot of out of system in that rally for both teams.
Yeah, Minnesota not looking very crisp right now. The second contact, if you're a non-setter touching the ball, you still have to put up a hittable ball. It's not impossible to do that, and just kind of sloppy play here.
Mistimed, and left hand did not quite work for Maddie Cole.
All right, and the serving strategy right now for the Gophers, they're really targeting Julia Adams, forcing her to pass the ball, maybe getting her out of the swing. As you saw in that play, Nichols decided to go middle and could not execute.
On the slide, blocked and out of bounds. Kill by Min Young. Afedo Min Young out of Fort Worth, Texas, Everman High School. 6'3" junior, moved last year from middle blocker to right side. Second most kills on the team, had a career best 24 kill outing against Texas Tech. There's some firepower in there. That's a good roll shot.
Yeah, and you talk about Afedo, you know, it's interesting, coaches sometimes rotate kids around in practice. And as you mentioned, she was a middle blocker. So, Coach Kramer put her on the right side, and she just shined. And so she was like, okay, well, there you go. So you never know. When you're a great athlete, you should be able to transition from one position to another, as Min Young did, in this season. So good job.
Good one-handed up there by Braunschweiger. Did not clear the net, point for the Gophers.
So a classic example of, you have the opportunity to put a high 5-and-5 bump set up, and instead you put it too tight. So it's a really sloppy way to lose a point. This is things that players work on all the time, ball control and putting up a good bump set. So really an unforced error, unfortunate error for TCU.
You typically want that off the net as well, on a bump set like that.
Yeah, you want to give the hitter an opportunity to swing at it. So the kiss of death is too tight. Right. So, somewhere 3-5 feet off the net, hitters can do something with that ball. And when it's so tight, it's just impossible.
Another good play there by Min Young. 5-4 here in the third. Free ball here after the bad pass. Aggressive swing off the block and out, and the kill by Audrey Knowles. Knowles out of Texas, Waxahachie High School.
It's a really good get by the libero and the DS, and questioning whether that ball even really cleared the net. It didn't look like a touch, but yeah, the ref has a good view of it right there.
Right back to Winnis twice in a row. She delivers the second time.
Yeah, what I like about that is Winnis first hit cross court, gets an opportunity, second time line shot. So really nice play there, displaying just some range that she has.
Tough serve there, led to the overpass. Opportunity for the Gophers, and Samity just not on top of it. Tough ball for her to handle.
Yeah, and again, the bump set too tight. It's one of those things where these players have been trained. They know how to do that. So mental error, I feel like, you got to focus. And if you're non-setter, you still have the responsibility to put up a hittable ball.
To the net, misconnection, but boy, what a diving save by Audrey Knowles. Blocking out of bounds, point for the Gophers. Oh, generous with his time, and as you said, a mentor to so many. Died in October of, about 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years this October.
Yeah, great ambassador of the game and just a terrific man.
Better swing there by Samity, but blocked back. And there is Winnis with the kill on the left side.
Well, there's a nice bump set by Cece McGraw, showing how it should be done. Taking that ball behind her, laying it up there high enough in the right spot to allow her left side to take a big swing.
That's a good angle. And an aggressive swing from Knowles. And Knowles will exit. Julia Adams back in the front row on the left side now. kill by Julia Adams.
Yeah, the left side for TCU, both left side hitters right now, just doing their job, which is taking big aggressive swings. Here you're going to see Adams going sharp angle. That's a tough one for CC to handle.
Point, back row attack, violation again of that 3-meter line, 10-foot line as they call it in college. It's just under 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
10-foot line, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a look like, don't ask me that question. Tried deep corner there, wasn't it? Nice run in the middle, a quick run, and Michaela Myers with the kill. And look at TCU.
Yeah, well, this just shows, you know, you have to take aggressive swings at the ball. You cannot just, you know, lay it over there. Teams are going to be able to transition and score, and that's exactly what TCU is doing right now.
Good combo run, and Winnis puts it down. Myers and Winnis both in the pattern.
Yeah, you see that classic B and go. Myers is putting herself in position to get the set, and then that ball gets laid right over top of Myers as the middle attacker. The ball goes to the outside, so nice, fast tempo to the outside.
Tried the line, did she get it? Did get the point and the touch. Julia Adams with the swing.
Well, and if you're head coach Jill Kramer for TCU, you've got to love the competitive spirit of your team. They're playing, they're having a good time. Whoa, didn't look like much of a touch there. Let's take a look. I know it's not being contested, but yeah, maybe she got away with one.
Or maybe it is being contested.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
okay.
Patty Rolfe was at.
Okay, a challenge here. Yeah, if it hit Schaffmaster's pinky, but from this angle, let's take a look. It looks like the ball goes right outside of her hands. Yeah, I think the ball goes.
You don't see a
past her. Yeah.
Do you see a finger bend? That's the. Yes, you don't see any fingers move backward there. Yep.
My first look, I did not see a touch. So, but you know, you can see how thick my lenses are that I'm wearing right now. So.
Yep. Nope, I don't see any movement of fingers, and it would have been the outside 2 fingers that it would have touched. We'll see what Patty Rolfe says as she is done reviewing and reporting to the scorer's table. Looks like it's going to be reversed. It was out. Point for the Gophers. So 11-10 Golden Gophers. They're hitting .316 here in this set. TCU 182, but they're right in the thick of it and have now tied it at 11.
Myers hitting a fast slide. And they have really not been able to stop Myers. Gophers struggling to dig around the block here as she swings cross court. You know, that tape does help kind of deflect and change the angle of the ball.
Kept it alive. Still out of system. And that's off the block and out. Point for the Horned Frogs.
The Horned Frogs, I love their competitive spirit. They're just staying after it, just chipping away. And that's the thing, you know, you can't let a team get a huge lead or, you know, there's just no room to breathe. But here, going back and forth, just stay point for point. Hey, win the third and see what happens.
good dive to keep it alive by Landfair. Free ball here for the Gophers. Schaffmaster. Just rolled over again by Landfair. Try it again. That's a better swing and a better set.
Yeah, and the set, it wasn't that the first set in that rally was horrible, but it did drift off a little bit. So when you're an outside hitter and you want to go in rhythm and fast, you can see how that set is perfect. The ball is laid out in front of you, so you can just drive, keep your momentum going, and take a big swing. So the margin of error is very, very small when you're trying to set a quick tempo to the pin.
Tight to the net. Adams is long. Point Minnesota, 13-12. It looks like in the second set and even here in the third, Gophers are having much more success at the left pin than they are at the right. The timing with Schaffmaster and Samity just seems to be off. Is that accurate?
I would say you're 100% accurate on that. That was my observation as well. Here's what Landfair brings at 6'5". When you have a slide attack or just a big right side hitter at 6'5", she is such a presence blocking. So, you know, Landfair doing a really good job of contributing not only offensively but defensively with her block.
Good driving serve creates the overpass. And the block is there on the right side. Just pounds it right into the block. Well, Jill Kramer made a terrific hire when she hired Haley Eckerman, 4-time All-American, played at Texas, 2-time Volleyball Magazine Player of the Year, won a national title in 2012 with the Longhorns, and she is coaching pin hitters, so both right side and outsides.
Yeah, and so, you know, when she talks, they listen because she knows what she's talking about. So, yeah, a great addition to the coaching staff. And, you know, I bet she still laces them up and competes pretty hard. So not a bad scouting team that TCU has there with her on the other side.
Had one coaching stop prior to joining the TCU staff. But Jill Kramer was very complimentary to what Eckerman has brought to this team. On the slide. In tempo, great swing. Myers kill.
Yeah, superb swing. And what I'm noticing from Minnesota is their cross-court defense is really lacking right now. The swings are tough, but they're actually going in the angles that are somewhat predictable, so you really have to dig around a block.
Serve is long, and if you look at the lineups in the stat sheet, you're noticing Minnesota has only played 7 players tonight, with you know, Kilkelly out, unavailable, also Anna Wolf unavailable. It's been a short bench for the Gophers. And you heard Hugh say it after the second set. Early in the season, still trying to figure it out a bit.
One of the things that Hugh McCutcheon mentioned is that, you know, he really needed improvements in the blocking game. He wanted his team to be more disciplined, and I feel like we're seeing that. So the block is doing its job. Again, backcourt defense. Not only do you want to play the ball, but you want to play it up so you can run system out of that. So, you know, block here is looking pretty solid. If that backcourt can pick up their level of play, then, you know, this Minnesota team, they're going to be rolling this season.
Timeout taken here by the Horned Frogs as the Gophers on a 4-0 here in Madison. Badgers picking up a win earlier tonight against top 10 opponent Baylor. Big Ten trying to go 2-0 here in this Big Ten Big 12 challenge today. Let's check out the TCU huddle. It's warm
Yeah.
in the field house, and I think anybody who's played in there would probably tell you that.
Yeah, and you know that has to have an impact on these athletes. And I mentioned it earlier, recovery is so important. Got to take care of your bodies, especially when you're working this hard. You're sweating that much. It is hot. in that arena.
Shank pass, ace by Landfair, and that is the Gophers' 6th ace of the match to just 1 for TCU. 4th service error. That ends the 4-0 run for the Gophers. Served by Bromschreiber. Nice finish from that right pin by Steph Samity.
And I love how that is just a great display of you don't have to pass perfectly, especially when you have a gun like Samity. Schaffmaster just takes the ball, puts it high, and then Samity just putting it away, doing what she does best, perimeter of the court shot.
I want to remind you to stick around for the big show. It delivers highlights, analysis, all the news from what's been a very busy day around the Big Ten Conference. That's coming up right after we are done on the Big Ten Network. And it's 4 points away from being done here in Madison. Gophers looking for the sweep of TCU. You saw Samity with another terrific, not only is Samity just an outstanding player, but she was the winner of the Senior Class Award last year in volleyball. So not just what you do on the court, but also in the classroom, in your community. Are you a leader? And Steph Samity is all of those things.
Yeah, I've listened to her talk, get interviewed, and she's the real deal. Yeah. She's got the whole package.
Bump set into the back row. Pushed out to the pin. Tip is down. Winnis with a nice tip.
Yeah, what I love about it is she didn't tip because that was her only option. It was a perfect set. And, you want to tip on the perfect sets, and you want to swing at the bad ones, and swing smart. So a good job for her to recognize the open spot and score on it.
McGraw's serve, a tough one, is overpassed. That leads to the Gophers in system at a point and a kill for Samity. Match point upcoming for the Golden Gophers. Good balanced attack by the Gophers. 11 kills from Winnis, Samity, and Landfair. A good hand there. Not quite down. Through the block. Knowles with another one. She now has 5 kills. No one in double digits for TCU. They're hitting in the match just 18.
Yeah. But Knowles taking big swings, keeping her team believing that they can win here. But big point here coming up for Minnesota.
There's a big swing on that right pin, maybe the most aggressive swing we've seen out of Samity, and she puts it away. And so Samity wraps it up for the Golden Gophers as they sweep TCU in the third, 25-16. So 7, 19, and 16. And let's take a look at the All-American from Minnesota closing it down.
Yeah, great vision, seeing that the block has gone past her, taking advantage of all the space along the net to just really swing aggressively cross court.